All right, so we gotta talk about it. Marvel's Avengers. I've been playing it. You've been playing it. We've been playing it. We both spent the extra money to play it early. Um, you want me to go first? You go first. What do you think about the game?
Um, I think it's a lot of fun, bro. I think you know, when I play a game, it's one of the things I notice is how I'm feeling, um, like how engaged I am in the game, how immersed I am, um, how smooth the controls feel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm not that hard to please when it comes. I'll be honest, I'm not that hard to please when it comes to video games. Um, Not to say that I'm gonna like everything, because I don't, but you know it was very simple for me. Um, playing playing the campaign, which is the first thing I did. I mean, obviously, we played the beta or whatever, but playing the campaign, uh, you get to the beginning part where they let you try Thor. They give you a little bit of time with each hero in the very beginning. Um, I could tell right away that the controls were tighter
Yeah.
and the gameplay was smoother from the beta. And the beta, to me, it played fine. It played good. But I thought that it was impressive that and mind you, the beta was only like, I think, what, 2 weeks ago is when it finished.
Yeah, the beta had a
I
lot.
noticed that right away.
The
Yeah.
beta had a lot too. That I think that's what sold me on it too, was that they gave you such a big chunk of stuff to try out.
Yes, they weren't shy of letting you play most of the aspects of the game, getting the feel of what the game is going to be like, and noticing that the controls were even tighter, that the gameplay was even smoother, was pretty impressive right off the bat. But I have to say, um, yesterday, when the first multiplayer experience, me and you playing together,
Mm-hmm.
um, and me playing as Thor, you playing as Cap and Iron Man, like, it really felt
Gave that Avengers
like we
feeling.
were just a yes. It really felt like, like, at one point, I'll give you one of my first moments was me flying in the air as Thor, throwing my hammer, around. There was a moment where I was taking to the sky, you were taking to the ground with Cap, and I threw my hammer at a guy, and he went flying in the air. And as he was flying through the air, he also got hit with your shield, like,
Yeah.
and then the shield went back to you. I recalled my hammer. Um, Being able to, like, when you were using Tony Stark, being able for you to, which was incredible. That I didn't know, and I really didn't know this, that you could actually call the Hulkbuster armor, and then even let me try it. I'm
Yeah.
Thor, and I was able to get inside of the Hulkbuster armor that you called down, and that was also tremendous. And then, of course, me, my main character I'm going to be playing as is Thor, and it really gave me the feel like, I'm really rocking the God of Thunder, bro. Like, just being able to, like, throw my hammer, it pins, some enemies. Then, while it's pinning some enemies, I can turn around, beat the shit out of some people, call their hammer back, fly into the air, shoot thunder down into the ground. Um, so many cool things that you can mix and match, and and do. Um, it really has given me, and I think when it comes to games like this, all you could really want is to really feel like you're the hero you're playing as. You're having fun, and I mean, what could you want more than that?
I mean, I think Crystal Dynamics definitely nailed the feel of each hero, since they all play so differently. Like they really all do. Like Black Widow is jumping around with dual wielding guns, using grappling hooks. At one point when we were playing, I was Black Widow and Thor, and I was like grappling hook into the air to robots and just kicking them and grappling hook to another. I was trying to like do this crazy
Yeah.
chain. I'm really having fun with Iron Man, where how he flies around and shoots lasers and missiles. And I even got to in the campaign to a point where I got to play as Thor, and Thor just felt completely different. Even though he flies, it just
Yeah.
feels so weird that he like kind of glides around like at ease, and he just gets in there with
Yes.
the hammer, and you hold R2 to activate your Odin spear mode, and just lightning is flying. And I even got to do that cool teleport move where he uses I
Yeah.
forgot what he uses. It's from the movie too, the biosphere thing to teleport, and it's oh my god, it is
Yes.
so
Yes.
freaking. They nailed the characters. It makes me so excited for to play as Hawkeye, to play as I don't want to say girl Hawkeye. God, what was her name? Katie Bishop.
Kate
Katie,
Bishop.
yeah,
Yep.
Kate Bishop. And then they kind of hinted at Black Panther, and we'll get into that a little bit. But like, I really you nailed it. It feels so smooth. Like it is a button smashing game, but there is some moves that require strategy. There is some thought that
Yep.
requires strategy, and like the campaign is really good and seems really long. Like the story,
Yes.
it is really well written. I think Camilla Miss Marvel is a great character. I've kind of known this because I read some of her comics, but I love that she's getting her time to shine in a media. And sadly, I feel like media for comics is more represented stronger because people consume media faster or prefer media. So I'm just happy that she's in the game. She's fun to play too. Um,
She
I
is.
I don't know if I really have any gripes with the game right now. Like I think my only gripes is the weird texture pop in that kind of happens. It's kind of feels like this. I don't know if I need a PS4 Pro to play it, or I know like if I get a PS5, I get a free update, which is fucking awesome. I love that that's a
Right.
thing. Um,
Yeah, me too.
and like the gear system is there's a lot going on to learn, but it's not really that hard to understand. Like I think it's the most.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming, you know?
Yeah, it might be a little, but it's not. Like the game, if
Yeah.
I would tell people play the campaign for a few hours. You kind of have to, even though there's an option to play the Avengers Initiative. We found this
Right.
out yesterday that you couldn't join me until you got to the war table scenario in the campaign. Then after that, you could join. We could do the Avenger stuff, and it's odd because like the campaign is all like, oh, we're single player, but slowly you unlock missions where you can invite people to help you out. Which I was gonna tell you, like, I think if you wanted to do, because we're gonna play Avengers after this. We're like hopelessly
Hell yeah.
addicted to this game right now,
Oh yeah.
and I still don't know who my main is. It might be Iron Man. I think my main might be Iron Man. I think I think.
Iron Man
Right?
is a lot of fun.
And Black Widow is a lot of
I mean,
fun.
they're all fun. They're all fun, but like
Yeah,
Iron Man is pretty fucking dope.
like Hulk may be a little slow, but he is the Hulk. Like if you just want to smash, just smash stuff up, plays the Hulk.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like one of the things I heard, like, kind of saw people saying was like, oh, why does the Hulk seem like he's not as strong as he should be or whatever? And I'm like, you must not be playing him right, because Hulk, he's like one of I think the only Avenger that absolutely, like, I could like find like a group of like enemies and just smile because I'm just gonna jump in the air and just hit triangle and just completely just smash the ground, throw ground at you, pick up more ground and throw it at you, grab a guy, chuck him at other, beat the fuck out of some of the other ones with him, then launch the guy in the sky, or grab one of them and then throw him into explosives. I'll say this, there's it's so satisfying playing as the Hulk, grabbing an enemy and then chucking him into a batch of explosives. It
Dude,
is so much fun.
I love that he just grabs enemies and walks around with them, slapping other people. That is the
Yeah,
funniest shit with the Hulk. Like, oh my
yeah,
god,
and then being
all
able
of
to
them are
just
so
leap
fun.
right into the air. Oh, they are, dude. That's the thing, is that they all play in their own unique ways. Um, they're all fun, And like you touched on, I didn't know much about Miss Marvel. I knew
Hmm.
of her, but I never read her comics. I knew some of her, of her background or whatever, but the game has done a really good job at uh, introducing her more to people, that like me, or even people that don't know anything about her. And she's so likable, and I feel like they did a really good job of just kind of introducing her and actually making her now a part of these group of heroes. I feel like they really did a good job of kind of like um, you know uh, 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 setting her aside, setting her along with these other heroes, and making her feel like she's included with these people. And now I'm like, fuck, like I'm excited to see the show. Disney is doing her own show
Yep, yep.
with part of the MCU, and now I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna make her stretchy powers work on screen and not make
Yeah,
it, you know. That's gonna be interesting
yeah, that'll be
thing to
interesting.
do. One thing I wanted to touch on about Marvel's Avengers was the controversy of the battle pass, and I know we talked about it when we were playing, and a lot of people felt like, because people, I think a lot of people feel like this game got a lot of unnecessary hate. I know when it first got showed, it was kind of underwhelming. It didn't really show how the game was gonna play. You know, that whole intro on the bridge. But once you finally like play it, once you get to the harm room where the game actually breaks down the counter system, the dodging system, you see there's a lot going
Yeah,
on. And eventually, once you start to fight more high power enemies, you're gonna need to block and counter more to survive.
yeah,
But the battle pass systems, the way it works is, if you wanted to, you could spend money on the hero card for each hero. The hero card for each hero unlocks emotes. Last night I found out, I don't know if you saw my message, that it unlocks extra credits, and the credits are the fake video game currency that you can use real money currency to buy. So you don't have to buy the battle pass. If you want to, it'll unlock stuff faster. It's only for cosmetics. It doesn't boost up your level or give you better gear. It's just costumes, emotes, takedowns. And you could do that via just playing the game. So
yep,
I don't understand the controversy, especially since the reason they added the battle pass system is for them to make money, since they're not going to charge for any of the extra hero DLCs or levels that come with the heroes. Because we saw that with Kate Bishop, she's going to come with her own storyline and villain, and Kate Bishop moves. So this is exciting. Like it seems like they're going to support this. They keep saying for years to come. It feels like these people, they have a really good roadmap of content, and these kind of games live and die on that.
yeah. This game, this game is so much more than just what you're gonna get from day one. There's so much more to this game, and what you get day one is a lot. You get,
Yeah, I
each
didn't.
hero.
The campaign is
Yeah,
long, dude. I just got Thor last night.
campaign. Yeah, the campaign feels like a Marvel movie
Yeah,
that we did, like a Marvel movie, a Marvel movie that we didn't get for 2020. Like it really does have that humor, that heart, um, and fun, of a Marvel movie.
yeah.
Um, the characters you get to play, to level up, the gear, playing with friends, um, and challenges. This game is going to be, from what they say. Of course, you have to see to believe. So we're going to wait and see. But from what they say, they're going to be constantly updating this game. They've already showed you that Hawkeye, his daughter Kate Bishop, those are already
Oh,
confirmed.
that's not his
Spider
daughter.
Man's confirmed. Oh, it's not his daughter.
No, no, no. She. People do get that confused. Like it is his daughter, but no, he's like she's his protege. So they kind of have, because I read the Hawkeye comic that they're referencing, like, because the Hawkeye they're kind of bringing to this game is reference off this like chill Hawkeye comic that's really famous where she was in it, and they have kind of like a brother sister dynamic where
Oh, okay.
he's like a mess and she has her shit together, and it's always like debated if she's a better Hawkeye than him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
But I will bring up because you're like, oh, I hope the rumors of what's being added to the game come true. I mean, I still have this leaked list on my phone, and Kate Bishop was on it, and they hinted at Black Panther, and he's on this list. And the other
Yeah.
characters that are hinted at coming into the game are Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, War Machine, this guy called Peter Parker. I don't know who he is. I don't know. He sounds familiar.
Sounds interesting.
What's curious is Ant-Man's also on this list, but in the story right now, I've run into Hank Pym, and he mentions he can't change, he can't shrink or he'll die. So I'm curious if this is a different Ant-Man. Um, they also say Wasp.
Maybe we'll get Scott Lang, you think?
Yeah, because Hank Pym is the original, right? And Scott
Yeah.
is the version in the
Yep.
movie that Paul. Okay, so yeah, maybe we'll get to Scott. It says Wasp might be added, Vision, Doctor Strange, Falcon, Marvel, Mockingbird, Quake, Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, and it says Hulkbuster. So I don't. The Hulkbuster's just gonna be a character. I mean, this list sounds freaking amazing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if all those are going to be accurate, but I tell you, I think the obvious ones who I think are going to be added are Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Doctor Strange. I can see all those, being included.
Yeah, I think there was
Um,
a portrait, and I should have took a screenshot of it. But when you go looking for Jarvis in the campaign, um, there's like a portrait of the Avengers, and you see Hawkeye, and I think you do see Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. But he's not. Quicksilver's not on this list, which kind of sucks because I think they should add him to the game.
yeah, that would be an interesting thing.
We could
I gotta think, I have to, yeah,
use the Flash.
we could use somebody like that. Yeah. Um, who would be really interesting would be playing with Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
That would hit playing as him. That would be. He'd have to have some really interesting shit to use.
Oh yeah. His specials are gonna be insane. I would love to
And
play.
Scarlet Witch.
I would love to play as Winter Soldier, like a good balance of Captain.
Oh,
Like if he plays like Captain America but with guns, I'm all for it.
he's another one that would be fun.
I think.
And I would think Black Panther would be fucking
Oh
dope
hell
too.
yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yeah. Before we get into that, one thing I want to say about the game is I hope, and I know they are planning to add more variation in enemy types, and the variation of enemies in the game so far, like kind of like robots and people. So
Right.
it's not bad, but it definitely. I hope we see more like villain boss battles show up because like I had a boss battle where like a giant Metal Gear type robot. Like this thing was huge, and like you have to take it apart piece by piece, and it was pretty cool. So I know there's boss battle missions in the game, but we're not high power left to fight them. Like there's Abomination
Right.
and Taskmaster, so I'm curious to see how those play out when you play with friends. But I'm also hoping
Right.
they add more villains. Like we need more villains. I want like Green Goblin. I want like Doctor Doom to show up, and they could do that. For what they're doing with this game, especially when you add like a new hero and you add their villain. Like I can only imagine what villain they would add with Spider-Man. Like fuck.
So many they could fucking do. You
Yeah,
know,
do you imagine they add the Sinister Six? I would lose my shit.
bro. That yeah, it's a four-player co-op. Being able to pit four people against the Sinister Six. That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah,
That would be pretty dope.
there's a bright future. I give it 2 whiskey drinks full up. Go buy this if you're a Marvel fan. If I've been playing by myself. It's not bad to play by yourself, but this is definitely a game you want to play with friends. And I don't think it'd be that hard to find people, and definitely buy it for the PlayStation. I see a lot of people buying it for the PlayStation for Spider-Man. Even Xbox. I saw someone on Twitter be like, "Yo, I'm an Xbox, but they messed up, bro. They got Spider-Man. Like it's all about business, and Sony's killing it right now. I don't know what to tell you."
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Anything else you want to say about the game?
I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. Like you said, if you want to play single player, that's there for you. The ability to play as any of those heroes with more on the way. If you want to play with friends, you can do it right from the jump and have a lot of fun doing that. And and the biggest thing is that it whatever hero you play as, you're going to feel like you are that hero. I
Yeah,
mean, that's just
they nailed the
that's
feeling.
just how it is.
They nailed.
Yeah, they nailed the feeling, like, whether it's Cap, Thor, Black Widow, Miss Marvel, Hulk, whichever one of them, Tony Stark, you feel like you are that hero. And I think between that, the fact that it plays great and that it's fun, uh, I've always been of the belief that if the product is good and I'm having fun, I think that makes for a pretty good time.
Yeah, man. I don't I think we should wrap this up and get to playing that game. But there's something we have to talk about, and
Yeah,
it's hard not to bring it up, and especially talk about this game, talking about Black Panther, but the amazing